What is up, my magic miscreants? Risen Dragon here with yet another interesting artifacts standard build. In this one, we're going to splash black to gain a few important cards to help us with our artifact build. Now, for those of you that saw my previous video, it was Azorius artifacts. It was it was blue-white. But this one, it's Esper colors. So we're splashing black with that. And I'm going to show you what difference it does make because, quite frankly, it does make quite a bit of difference. So here we go. Let's get us started. So Hotshot Mechanic, aka Star Fox. Basically, it crews vehicles as though its power were 2 or greater. Really important, comes into play. We are hitting this one, Okiba Reckoner Raid. And what this does is each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Then we exile the saga and return it to the battlefield transformed under your control in the 3rd chapter. Vehicles you control have menace. Now you're going to see what that translates to when we start playing with this particular card on the board. All right, we're only running 3 copies of it, but it's kind of cool. We can drain life, we can gain life. We're going to come back to that in a minute. But the vehicles you control have menace, and that's a really cool one to have. Ingenious Smith. Again, can search for artifacts. It can get more powerful as we throw artifacts down. And we are running quite a bit of artifacts in this particular build. Mobilizer Mech being one of them, and Star Fox being the other. The cool one about Mobilizer Mech is when it becomes crewed, one other target vehicle you control becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. So, this sort of card is really, really helpful when it comes to, and it has flying too. So this card is really, really helpful, especially when we start throwing some other artifacts down. We are running Disruption Protocol, a little bit of control. Basically, it's just a counterspell, but we can tap a target, tap an artifact, untapped artifact I control, instead of paying 1 extra. We can counter it. Mokutai Soul Ripper. Now, this is a cool one, too. Whenever it attacks, you may sacrifice another artifact or a creature, and if you do, you put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it gains menace until end of turn. Patchwork Automaton, kind of like Ingenious Smith, but without the fishing. This just gets bigger as we throw artifacts down. We are running Meat Hook Massacre just to, have that extra win con, gain some life by throwing this baby down. We are still running Cosima in the Omen Keel. Some really good cards here. We're only running 2 copies of it, but again, we can mill stuff. We can, just really do some damage with this. Prodigy's Prototype, another, great artifact card to have. Again, whenever 1 or more vehicles you control attack, create a 1/1 colorless pilot creature token with this creature crews vehicles as though its power were 2 greater. Just a really, really great card to have. And we are running Greasefang Okiba Boss. Basically, at the beginning of combat on your turn, return target vehicle card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Return it to my hand at the beginning of the next step. So it's really, really, really nice card to have, especially if they're running a lot of removal or whatever. Now, the cool part about this is, or I should say the cool part about it is, and I'll tell you the bad side to it too, but the cool part about this deck is it's really versatile. We are running a little bit more creatures than the other deck, I think, and certainly we can generate more creatures this time around. But the downside is Meat Hook Massacre basically hits every single one of them, so we got to kind of pick and choose our battles, so to speak. Sideboard, we're running 4 Negates, we're running 2 Doomskars, 2 more Meat Hooks, and we're also running 4 you see a Guard Approach, just in case we're up against some spot removal. We can swap that out with the Disruption Protocol. Really, that's kind of the card that that's our flexible card there. We're also running 3 copies of Farewell, just in case we really just need to exile stuff. So, especially when we're up against enchantments builds, which we're going to do one of those probably in the next video, because runes and enchantments are just going absolutely nuts right now. So, for those of you that are new to my channel, we run a best of 1 and then we run a best of 3, just so you can see how the deck operates in both of those environments. So without further ado, let's get to the games. And we are against La Hola Wally. Oh, we're gonna mull that one. Alright, this can work. We'll get rid of one of the disruption protocols. This could work. Or not. It could be against mono red. Alright, well, keep a Reckoner raid. Let's see what happens here. Alright, so we're gonna get something out of this, maybe. Interesting. Okay. We're gonna hold up on this. Oh, I should have put down the mech. I don't think it would have mattered anyways. I think they've got something in hand here. So let's do this. It's gonna have haste no matter what, so all this guy. No, heck no. Heck no. No, 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 no. You don't get them all, the Skyclaves, kid. Absolutely not. Yeah, I can't block. I'm fine with that. Another disruption protocol. Always a fun gig. Let's see. So let's do this. Crew that. Not going to sack anything, but decline. Well. And the mech can just kind of do its thing. And we'll let that stick. Rally the ranks. That's a no. And we'll just pay the full. Yep. I don't mind if that can't block. Ooh, yeah. Oh, nope. Can't do that. Alright, well. Let's do this. Decline. Alright, well. I'm in a little bit of a race here, but... We dead? No, we're not dead yet. But we... Alright, well, too little too late, I think. But maybe you can at least get to see what this deck could do with this one. Or can we pull this off? I think we get him. Are you serious? Nice! We caught him! We are playing the Sacred Acorn for our best of 3 matchup. This is our Vehicular Manslaughter deck. Basically, ESPER Artifacts. And we're going to see whether or not they go first. More than likely, they probably will. This is not a bad keep. We're keeping this. Because we put the hot shot mechanic down, then this, and then that. Alright, so let's see. Boom. We do hot shot mechanic first. We do this. Bam. We're in pretty good shape there. I'm thinking, okay, In Search of Greatness is an interesting one. Let's do Ingenious Smith. We have enough lands here. So let's filter through. We'll take another one of those. I'm okay with that. Boom. So, what is the purpose of In Search of Greatness? Okay. Field of Ruin. Works for me. We're just going to blow up my Bright Climb pathway. And I'm okay with that, because I can just fetch a plains. And we'll be okay. They fetch that. Okay. And let's do this. Let's really throw them for a loop here. Let's do this. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to swing in with the Smith. Swing in with the Smith. This way, what we can do is start building up our board. Put down a hot shot mechanic. Oh no, we can't put a hot shot mechanic down. Because we have to find another source. Never mind my dog. Okay, so this is a werewolf build. Okay. So this is a fun one. What we're gonna do is this. Let's put down. Let's do this. Well, we gotta do. I think hotshot mechanic will work. 'Cause that'll just buff up the smith, and then we do this, and then next turn we can. We're just gonna swing in. Right, we just build our board up and buff our creatures up a little more. And notice we're not running any of the black cards. The black cards have yet to hit the field. This deck is making me mad. But I know it works. I know it works. I'm making a real good case that the other deck should have been the better one. But anyways, so I think next turn we throw down the prototype.
Your hair standing on end.
Okay, we do the prototype, and then we do the mobilizer mech. So, and they've really got to pay attention to what they're doing here. So we do this. That gets bigger. This also gets, you know, we buff up that too. So that becomes this. Okay, so what we do is let's do this. Let's do that. Boom. Because now what we can do is, you know, I'm going to hold up the, okay, we're going to do all attack. We're just going to go here. Hold up the mechanic. This will put down some of those. Are you just going to double block, maybe? That's a lot of damage coming their way. Okay, they will double block with the wolves, okay. And the mechanic goes... Oh, okay, I see what they're doing. Double block the automaton? And it brings them down to 1. I probably would have blocked with the prototype, but... would have blocked the prototype. Okay. So they bomb out. Alright, well, sure. Let's do this. I'm going to swap out 2 of these for a negate. Because it appears that they're running some... I would imagine that they're running a large amount of non-creature spells, given that it's a werewolf deck. Wait, does that make sense? I don't think so. Been one of those days. But I think if they're running ranger class and stuff like that, we would want the negate in our... hand, so to speak. So I think that will work. I think that will work. So they're probably going to make some adjustments, and we'll get into the second game and see how we do. But again, splashing black. I mean, you do what you want, but I mean, this right here is just, I don't know. I think this is a making the case that maybe just going straight up Azorius is probably the best way to go with this build, but I mean, it's got some interesting stuff to it, and it's one of those this shouldn't work, but it does work sort of builds. Trust me on it, it does. If you saw my last video, Shiny New Toys, we looked at the Azorius build of it, and yeah, but we're waiting on Sacred Acorn to do their thing, and we'll see what happens here. School vacation week for me, so I'm home with the kids all day. We just had some windows replaced in the house. And this one, we can easily keep this one, because what we can do is we can throw down the automaton, then Cosima, and then the Omen Keel. Almost said orange peel. Again, been one of those days. And we also have this one to work with as well. So there's the Kessig Naturalist. I'm okay with that. Pardon me one moment. We're back to it. Okay, so they got rid of what did they get? Oh, they did that. Okay, well, fun. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put down Okiba, because we can't bring that back because that's the flip side of it. But what we can do, more Kessig Naturalists. Okay, we're gonna hold up the negate. And what we are gonna do, yeah, we're gonna do this. We'll throw down the automaton. Gonna hold up the negate just in case they decide to throw something big. Although it looks like they are maybe mana starved. It looks like. Okay, they're swinging in. I'm okay. I'm not going to block. So clearly they think they're getting an Arlen, maybe. Or that. Yeah, that's no fun. Alright, well. What we're going to do is this. We're going to do the mech, and then we're going to do this. Yeah, we're going to swing in. Yeah, we're going to swing in with the Grease Fang. Boom. Okay. So what we can do is... And I'm going to regret probably... Oh. Okay. Now watch. It's going to be like a... Oh! Yep. Volatile Arsonist. How fun is that? Oh, and it has haste. How fun is that? So here's what we can do. We can... Well, we can't block that, obviously. Or can we? We might be able to. They're thinking about this. It has ward, so I'm not real sure. Are they thinking... Okay, that's a sorcery, so they can't quite do that. Oh, okay. So you're going to have to do it to the Okiba. Okay. They can add that. They're probably going to get rid of the Okiba. So what we're going to do... We're going to block that, you know? We'll just block that. I don't want them ramping into stuff. So maybe they can put this down? I think that's what they do. Or Rabid Bite, huh? Interesting. Okay. Well, that's gonna be fun. Alright, so put down another Okiba. And we'll even put down an Okiba Reckoner Raid. Because all we can do now is we can... Why didn't it let... Serious. Alright. We're at 10, so I mean we're gonna take... Could take quite a bit of damage here.
You want to fight me and my pack? There are no lone wolves.
Although if we get a Meat Hook Massacre, that would be splendiferous. That would be absolutely, totally awesome if we got a Meat Hook Massacre, because that could easily... Okay, we're going to crew this with that. We're not going to turn that into anything. We are going to swing in. I'm just going to swing into them, go face. And then do this. Search for an automaton. And we're going to keep it as such. Yeah, Howlpack Piper is not a fun card. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, that's a problem. Good game. I'm going to go to a best of 3. Alright, so maybe taking out the Disruption Protocol was not a good idea. So I'm going to go back to that. And we'll see how we do. If you hear my dog bark. Again, the window people came in today, and she's now on high vigilance, and my wife is going to be coming home at any minute. So I'm trying to get a little bit of recording done before she gets in. That's okay, though. What did I tell you? We're going to mull that one. This one's not much better, but we can at least do something with it. And we can do this. Now, they may have that Cursed Idol one, which I'm guaranteed they have. Because why wouldn't they? Yep. So basically, we're now without a paddle, so to speak. Oof. Try this again, shall we? So we might be able to do something here if they don't get rid of this, which they're going... Really? Good game. Okay, so as you saw in the best of 1, this deck can all of a sudden just get real scary real fast. I mean, dealing 10 damage to when we were down to 2. What a comeback that was. The best of 3 probably could have gone a little bit better, but I think that, you know, me keeping inferior hands probably was not the best decision on my part. But in any case, this is a deck that I think can get real scary real fast, like I said, and I think that it's a fun deck to play. You just have to have a little bit of finesse with playing it. So until next time, my Magic Miscreants, may all your draws be godlike, may all your spells hit the board. Risen Dragon is out. Enjoy the rest of your evening.